Hi, I'm George, the Weather Dad, and we're going to be talking about some extreme cold air moving on into the central U.S. That includes the Midwest, and we're going to be looking at the coldest air of the season. The question now is, of course, we get our biggest snows when it's cold out there. Well, when it's this cold, there's not much moisture to work with, but any type of energy is going to kick off some snow. So are we going to get some? I think the answer is yes. First, though, let's talk about your temperatures. Here on Wednesday, take a look. Most of the country pretty much below normal for the most part. We're seeing a little bit of warm up there right around Texas area, but that's going to take some time to work its way north. But what's coming our way, take a look at that patch of purple. Now, this is on Wednesday. Notice what happens here on Thursday. We get a chunk of that now. The blue certainly, and then maybe a little bit of purple in there moving its way towards the southeast. It's going to be below normal across most of the area. Normal high temperatures in the 40s. I don't think we're going to see those 40s for a while here in the Midwest. Here on Friday, take a look at this area of purple now expanding as it's going to drive itself right into the central U.S. As I said, the coldest air of the season is going to be working its way in, and that's going to drive itself all the way down into the southeast. By Saturday, you can see what's going on. We're talking temperatures well below zero for the high plains and portions of Minnesota and Wisconsin, and that's going to move its way again towards the southeast. Right here in the Ohio Valley, I believe over the weekend we will probably not get out of the 20s and maybe even a little bit colder than that. Wind chill factors certainly are going to be in the single digits, if not even below zero, because it's also going to be very, very windy. Now that's over the weekend. Look, more of that cold air continues to drive towards the southeast, and it's going to continue on even on into the deep, deep south. Now this is by next Wednesday. The air is going to modify. That cold air is going to be shifting off towards the east, so we're going to get a little bit warmer. And the long-range models right now is looking at Christmas time, right around the 24th, 25th, we could be looking at a significant warm-up across the country. But again, that's still a long ways out. All right, as I said, the heaviest snows occur when we're really cold, but when it's this cold, there's not much moisture to work on. Now this is on Wednesday, very wet up towards the northeast. There's going to be some snow across this area here on Tuesday night and Wednesday, and it could be significant amounts for you there. Right here in the Ohio Valley, I think it's going to be too warm for it to snow. Could get a few flurries behind this system, but again, this is on Wednesday. Thursday, things kind of calm down a little bit, but here comes that next bit of energy, and this is where I think here in the Ohio Valley, it's going to be quick hitter. We call them Alberta Clippers. We could be looking at 1 to 3 inches of snow here on Friday. This is going to verify sometime around Friday afternoon, so it's going to move out. I think Friday morning could be a little tricky driving right here in the Ohio Valley, Indiana, Ohio, and Illinois. So something to kind of keep an eye on. But here comes the next bit of energy, and it's going to waste no time getting here. This is on Saturday. Maybe another shot of some snow. It looks like maybe 1 to 3, maybe 2 to 4 in this corridor. Here in the Cincinnati area, the Ohio Valley could look at another maybe inch or so. That's going to be on Saturday, but this is the one that's really going to tap that real cold air and really increase the winds. So plan to stay inside this weekend if you can help it. It's just going to be dangerously cold across most of the Midwest. Sunday, we dry out. The lake effect snow machines really in progress. You can see all the way down into Florida, we have the northwesterly winds. You're also going to be fairly cold as well. And then by next Wednesday, this is going to indicate that we're going to see some warmer air. This is pretty much all rain, gang. We could be looking at some significant weather events, possibly some severe weather down along the southern half of the Mississippi River Valley. But this is by next Wednesday, and that's going to move on in. So the bottom line is, it is going to get very cold. There will be some rounds of snow. Again, nothing really all that heavy right here in the Ohio Valley, but enough to cause some travel conditions. So keep that in mind, but then we're going to, looks like, going to warm up. I'm George, the Weather Dad.